The deputy governor is almost a masquerader. Because if we are to look into functions of the bank, and Chair, I want to draw your attention to Article 162 of the Constitution, specifically paragraph 2, where the Constitution is very emphatic that even if we are to quote operations and functions of the bank, the Constitution says that in performing its functions, the Bank of Uganda shall conform to this Constitution. And the language of the Constitution is instructive that you must first conform to this Constitution. The language is very instructive. If I buttress Article 161, paragraph 4, the office of the governor, as per this Constitution, and deputy governor shall each be a public office. You can't deputize nothing. So each is a public office. And the governor shall be the chairperson. Now, we cannot live for ages where the deputy governor is masquerading as a governor, as a chairperson, when the Constitution was very deliberate.
Honorable Muwada, proceed with the question without the word masquerading. I do not find it fair.
I take your guidance, Chair.
It is expunged.
But he must also give us a better word. What he's now doing what? Because otherwise, Chair, my concern is if the board was to exist for a singular day without a governor, their first duty would be to fight that they conform with the Constitution. And that would involve seeking and advising whatever powers that may be to ensure that the board and the bank is regularized in this operation before they could proceed. Otherwise, what we see, the deputy governor is very comfortable without a governor, and probably it is his efforts that the bank is failing to secure a governor. It might be an internal and inside dealing that may jeopardize the whole country as Uganda.
Even on that one, we would be speculating, and it would be a false accusation. I think the right question would be to ask, even when you disagree with them, receive their answer, whatever it's worth. I have the unfortunate duty today, Didas, to sit here and listen to you.
As a director and a lawyer, he ought to know.
We are not there, Honorable Nkunyingi Muwada. No, listen. He has given us his opinion. And you know what the Supreme Court said in Andrew Mwenda and Charles Onyango Bo? That an opinion is never right or wrong.
But Chair, as a body member,
you are seated.
His opinion is substantive.
Wait, listen, Honorable Nkunyingi. You are seated in a position where you will evaluate whether is faulty or not. I will disallow any judgment that is not subject.
The procedural issue I'm raising stem from the legal framework and mandate of this committee. Chair, our rules of procedure empower this committee with the powers of the High Court. And the judicial system in this country has since cleared that there can be both criminal and civil proceedings moving on at the same time. There can't be any prejudice when the same deputy governor who was cited, and I've seen clips in the media narrating the events surrounding the theft and loss of this money on camera and before the media, to come and appear before this committee and now start playing a denial game, looking for any escape route of not answering specific questions as summoned by this committee. And the same deputy governor had prior requested for more time to attend to this committee. The committee gave him the benefit. He's now before the committee and trying to look for any excuse of not answering. He has the same things you answered before the media related to the loss and theft of this money. Answer the same because you have been summoned before this committee.
What is your procedure issue?
Chair, my procedure issue is if it will be procedurally right for the deputy governor to hide under the cover of other investigation well knowing that he was also invited for an investigation by a committee with the powers of the High Court to answer the same questions. And we have seen some of his answers loitering in the media. Is it procedurally right?
Okay, good. I will guide as follows. One, we have not seen them because we have not summoned the media. And you know what our rules provide on the media. We are now at the source. So please don't rely on the media. Number two, as you were proceeding, you mentioned the word that the deputy governor has been cited. Ma'am, I wanted to hear from you, other than the media, where he has been cited. You know, the use of the word has been cited could have implications, including that he's a suspect, or that he has been mentioned in any formal proceedings. Is that what I understood you to mean?
Chair.
On citing.
Chair, unless he denies it himself and will produce evidence, he addressed the media.
That
and
one is
and gave a detailed account of this, how the money was lost, affirming that the money was lost.
That one is okay.
There's even the presumption that the people who stole our money are these people appearing before us. Now, since he has been cited in the media, as a committee, we have the duty to interrogate them. And they owe us answers, not hiding under the cover of other investigations. Okay. We are also investigating, and this is Parliament.
Honorable Muwada, I asked you a specific question because I had...
It is said that the deputy governor is among those who stole the money.
Who said it?
I've heard it in the media, and he was also trying to explain by distancing himself and mentioning parallel investigation.
Honorable Nkunyingi Muwada, COSASE is a fair committee. We do not rely on rumors. A person at the rank of deputy governor is a dignified person in the protocol of the country. Where we cannot substantiate that he's part of the group that stole the money, I would not allow it on the microphone. So that element should be expunged. Deputy Governor.
And communicated to you. Give the committee any document they use to communicate to you with the details.
I think that's a good one, but you do not begin with an objection to the chair.
Chair, the governor is very tricky.
No. And please, receive the witness.
Yeah. Are there any staff of Bank of Uganda who have been suspended to pave way for investigation?
That one is not the most obvious.
I was citing one. Secondly, Chair, I've been looking at the Bank of Uganda Act, specifically Section 4. Section 4, paragraph I, that the Bank of Uganda shall be the clearing house for checks and other financial instruments or transactions. Now, we are in a dilemma. The Bank of Uganda, that will be the clearing house for every transaction, in a fraudulent way, paid our money to non-existing recipients.
That is not true. It is not a finding of fact.
Chair,
you see, we have not come to a finding that Bank of Uganda acted fraudulently. Number two, we have not found as fact that actually these are non-existing companies. That's what he's about to answer.
I take your advice, Chair.
No, it's not advice.
So now,
it's not advice. It's now a ruling.